Good afternoon, my lovelies. It is Saturday, November 6th, 2021. Current temperature is 9 degrees, but it feels a lot warmer, which is about 48 Fahrenheit. I am here down in the lovely Southend. Let's flip this around. At the Peace and Friendship Park. And I decided that I would take you all on a walk with me in the Southend. Look at those trees. This is definitely not November weather. This is like October weather. It's just too nice. All I have on today is just a hoodie and a long sleeve shirt. Oh, and jeans. I don't want you to think that that's all I'm wearing. Anyway, let's go for a walk. This here is a memorial for the children of the residential schools. Which is on the former home of the statue of Edward Cornwallis, the founder of Halifax. His statue was removed a few years ago. With his history has nothing to do with residential schools, but it does with the fact that when the British were here, he put out an order to scalp the local native population. And that's not cool, man. So we are walking southbound on Barrington Street. I got the sun glaring at me just off to my right, straight ahead on the right. And there's a look north up Barrington Street towards the downtown. Looking west up Kent Street. It's been a while since we've been down here. I may cross and get on the shady side of the street. Didn't think that truck was going to slow down. Oh, this is much better. Just past a chat time. Across the street is a Zen Q. Boba tea has invaded Halifax. And I just realized it's been 2 weeks since I've done a live stream. And I haven't charged my gimbal since I've been in Toronto. And the last my live stream was 2 weeks ago in Toronto. So, we'll have to figure something out. Time flew by since I got home. Oh yeah. Just cutting through the Raymond Tavel parquet at the corner of Barrington and Inglis. And right now we're just going up Inglis Street. That's Victoria Road. I used to live up off of there many moons ago. Yes, for somebody who doesn't drive, I always keep abreast of the gas prices. It is now down to $1.41.5 a litre. I should have brought a tissue. I'm going to take you down South Bland Street. I haven't taken this way in a while, and I've never done it on a walk. And the reason why I want to take you down here, because we go right beside the grain silos. These condos are called the Granary, and they're lofts, and they were probably built within the last 8 years or so, not even. Oop. Let's see. I got it zoomed in, but this is the Halifax Grain Elevator Limited. Smoking is prohibited. And if you notice on the side of the grain elevators, you'll notice these little steel things. I don't know what they're called, but the air barriers in case of an explosion. Wheat and flour is highly flammable and explosive. When I was taking my logistics course in supply chain a few years back, we came down here for a tour of the grain elevators. There are 96 in total for the whole complex, and it was built back in 1926. Now, besides just doing wheat and flour, they also do corn, feed for livestock, as well as wood pellets get stored in the elevators as well for wood pellet stoves. And it does have like a pipeline that goes right out to the harbor so that they can fill up the ships. And when that happens in the summertime, when you see it, it looks like there's like a great big cloud of smoke and dust. That's when you know that the ships are getting loaded up. is quite an imposing building. So now we're on Atlantic Street. This seems to be the weekend where a lot of people are just tidying up their yards, getting it ready for winter. Actually, today would be a perfect day if I had a house that I'd be putting out my lights because it's warm out. Not saying you have to put your Christmas lights on, but you can put them up on warm days like this. I'm gonna cross the street because there's a really interesting home coming up. I'm walking towards it. We're gonna do a diagonal cross. I'm a rebel that way. Okay, let's see if I can get a good shot. Oh, look at the sun glare. There, hopefully the trees block that. There is, it's a stone house. I think I showed it last year in a live stream because I do remember walking up this street in a stream. The breeze feels nice. Let's cross the street again. So now we're on Yonge Avenue. It is a rather shishi-poo-poo neighbourhood. because having 3 people in a row takes up the whole sidewalk. Like, God forbid you can't move. Ooh, sun glare. Let's get out of there. Today is my cardio day, so that's why I'm out walking. My legs still kind of feel like a jello from yesterday. Been working out. Got my little hand weights sitting in the living room. So yesterday was leg day. Tomorrow is a day off. Then Monday we'll be back. I'll be doing my back, shoulders, and arms. Yesterday was legs and butt. Because yes, there was a time in my life when I had a bubble butt. Now it looks like a bagel. I wonder if I can get this in a shot. Ooh, zoom out. This is the Barbie doll house. It's a pink mansion. And it's hard to see through the... But it's... Some people like it. It's a little bit more on the modern side for a home than the rest of the homes in the neighborhood, which do date back to the beginning of the last century. I like this one with the verandas. Whoop. I did map out a route in my head and on my iPad before I came out, so I am going to try to stick to it. Oop. So we got a train parked that has some of the containers on there that are probably going to be going into the container yard, which is directly behind me. That's the same container yard that I used to work at. I'll zoom that in. So we'll be crossing over that other bridge very shortly. We'll be going back down Tower Road. Yesterday was also a cheat day. I ate carbs yesterday. I went up to the little Korean mart that is up on Barrington Street because it's within walking distance. And I bought some frozen rice cake and ingredients to make tteokbokki. And I couldn't even eat it all, so I have leftovers that I may take for my lunch, or kiddo can eat it. The only thing that was missing for me is that I wanted to sprinkle some cheese, and I was all out of cheese, which was a bummer. Cheese is life, people. It's life. It's one of my vices. Cheese. That and chocolate. Dark chocolate. That's okay. And this house here is the skinniest house in Halifax. And it's for sale. Who knew that Halifax had a skinny house? With giraffes in the window. Okay, so it's more like a triangle because it does have a garage. Or as they say in Britain, a garage. So now we are on Tower Road, named because it goes from, well, it used to go from Spring Garden Road to Point Pleasant, and it was going up towards the Prince of Wales Tower that is located in the central part of Point Pleasant Park. I always hit the wrong button. There we go. So you can see there's a utility pipeline going through there. Not sure what could be in there. And there is the train that we saw earlier. Let's see. I think I'm fully zoomed in. But off in the distance is PSA Halifax. Formerly it was Headphone when I worked there. And they do have a ship in because the one crane is down. And it's a small ship. Not very big. I have my days where I miss working there, and then I realize 12-hour days and back shift, like 7 in the morning to 7 at night, or 7 at night to 7 in the morning. I don't miss those. Not one bit, especially the back shift. Because you'd only get your, 2 days off to rearrange your sleep schedule to get back onto the day shift. And that was a little on the difficult side because you go for 2 weeks straight, 14 days, and have 2 days off to readjust your sleep. I'm not in my 20s anymore. I can't do that. There goes the number 29 to Point Pleasant. He has a Remembrance Day display in their yard. Remembrance Day here in Canada is November 11th. I believe in the States it's Armistice Day. I can never wrap my tongue around that one. Or is it Veterans Day? I think it's Veterans Day in the United States. And I believe in the Commonwealth it is Remembrance Day. And directly to my left is Rice and Vanier residence for St. Mary's University. And behind that, in this building with the green windows that looks like something from the 1980s is, which one is that one? I know it. It was on the tip of my tongue. It will come to me. But these are the residences for St. Mary's. Loyola is the name. Now, at one time, St. Mary's University was male only, and if females wanted to go to university, they could go out off the Bedford Highway to Mount St. Vincent, where that was run by the nuns, if you were Catholic. Now I think I went through here on a live stream once. I've been to Dal a couple of times, so I'm not too familiar really with Xumee unless I go to the athletic center where the field is, the football field and the track. But we can try. So St. Mary's is also known as Xumee, same as Dalhousie is Dal. Oh, we have a little free library, and there's some baked goods in there as well, all wrapped up. A little bit of everything. And this building straight up ahead here is Halifax Grammar. It is a private school. It goes from grade primary to grade 12. It's in the former Tower Road School, and that's how I've always known it. There are a few private schools here in the city. There's Armview, Halifax Grammar, Sacred Heart, and there's one out in the north end. I can't even think of the name. But it will come to me. Oh, let's go take a look at the map of the campus. There we go. I have nails on, so I'm having a hard time zooming in and out because my nails are getting in the way. There we go. So that is the map of St. Mary's. It is a smaller campus, considering that Dal takes up most of the city because they keep buying up property. When they took over the Technical University at Tons a few years back, that became the Sexton campus of Dalhousie, whereas that used to be its own university. That was Halifax's version of Ryerson. So this is coming into Husky Stadium. Now Kiddo used to do a lot of track and field events here. He does long distance running and cross country. And this is where the St. Mary's Huskies. Oh, let's get the sun glare out. Where the St. Mary's Husky football team is. And usually this is where they would have the Vanier Cup. I think that's what it is. I'm trying to keep the sun behind Loyola. No football games, but in case you were wondering, you do need proof of vaccination to come to any sporting events in Nova Scotia, including university sports. I'll put this back up a little bit. SMU is known for its football team and its hockey. I'm just walking past the newly constructed hockey arena. I'm coming up to the Gorsbrook Lounge. It is an on-campus drinking establishment located in the Student Union building. SMU is also known for its Sobeys School of Business. So if you want to come and get your business degree, you go to this school. If you want to become a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer, you go to Dalhousie. So this is the Student Union. When I lived down here about 20 some odd years ago, I would, my roommate was actually a student here, and she was going for her master's degree. So I used to come with her, and we used to go shopping for, well, she would get stuff like textbooks that she needed at the sub. I'd go for gel pens and stationery and notebooks and journals. That's where it all started, folks. So St. Mary's is a small campus. I got the sun at my back. That's why I didn't go to the other part. Just because of the sun. But it is a small campus. It's sometimes referred to as Robie Street High from students of Dalhousie. But at one time this was a private university through the Catholic Church. But not anymore. There are some other buildings going up towards Robie Street, because it does extend all the way up. But I am not going in that direction today. Sun. Directly across the street and to my left is Gorsbrook Park. I don't know where the name comes from, but at one time it used to be a golf course there, and now it has sometimes I'm okay. It has an elementary school and a junior high on both sides of the park, as well as numerous ball fields and some hills that are pretty wicked to go on in the wintertime for the kids in the neighborhood. Lots of parking at SMU. I do believe this is the season for midterms at universities. I'm going on that assumption because my niece just finished writing midterms out at UBC in Vancouver. Because when I texted her the other day, I was just like, hey, what you doing? I'm in the middle of a midterm. Text you later. Bad auntie. I never did hear from her. But that's okay. She's living her best life in Vancouver and experiencing university life on the other side of the country. And I guess the campus out there is so big that you don't even really have to leave campus to go anywhere. Like, you don't really need to go into the city because it's all like its own little city. But she does. She'll go into the city every so often with her friends. I always say one of these days I'm going to get out there because I've never been out west and I've never been farther west than Toronto. So I'd like to get out there. I have my cousin works out there in the film and TV industry. She does props and set design for a number of productions. She got her degree down here at NASCAD, which is the Nova Scotia College of Art and Design. So hopefully my niece has met up with my cousin. That'd be pretty cool. They can hang out. We're going to continue our jaunt up Tower Road. Well, that didn't sound good. I don't know if my microphone picked it up, but there was a little from my knee. I haven't had issues with my knee for quite some time. So what's that about? There's some, the Southend has our concentration of Victorian homes. Between Inglis Street, Yonge Avenue, Tower Road, and South Park, that is where most of our Victorian homes are, anywhere that's near the universities. As well as the homes that are in Schmidtville. I did a video on that, I believe back in March or April. A lot of these homes have been converted into apartments, and the majority of the students that go to the universities live in them. And there are cars parked on both sides of the road, so I gotta pick my battles. And I'm staying on the shady side. Looks like they're working on this home. Doing some landscaping and probably a new walkway. On my way to record my walk, I did see Kiddo out having a stroll with his girlfriend. Same girlfriend. It's been 2 years now, something like that. They were down near the waterfront, but they didn't see me. I am going to cross. So we're coming up to South Street. And South Street is the border between the Southend and downtown. There's a look-down tower on this beautiful fall day. Like, this is my weather. This is the weather I like. If the weather could be like this for most of the year, I would be happy. So this is where Tower Road actually ends. But like I said earlier in the video, it used to go right down to Spring Garden Road. But when they built the the Victoria General Hospital that is here, the parking lot took over the street. But you can still see remnants of the roadway as part of the driveway now for the hotel, for the hospital. And then it turns into Cathedral Lane from University Avenue to Spring Garden. So it is a 2-block stretch where it is called Cathedral Lane because of All Saints Cathedral. And there's a look at Fenwick Tower. It is getting reclad. Fenwick Tower is the tallest building east of Quebec for Atlantic Canada. It does stand at 34 stories, and it was built back in 1970-71 and opened up to tenants in 72. rumor has it there used to be a pool up on the rooftop, and that it got so heavy when they filled it with water that it just kind of went through the building a little bit. But that is an urban legend with this building. So with that, my lovelies, I think I will end my video here. I do have to go on to Spring Garden Road in a few minutes to mail off a letter for my health card, and I have to pick up a couple of things. So I want to thank you all for joining me on this very long walk of the Southend and a little bit of St. Mary's University on this beautiful, beautiful day. One last look at Fenwick before I go. So I do have links down in my description for my PayPal and my Patreon, as well as I'm offering channel memberships. So I do want to thank everybody for their support and for helping me out on my recent trip to Toronto. My super chats and any PayPal donations that I did get went towards that trip, so that helped out greatly. So let me see, I probably don't ever get long nails, girls, when you have a camera. Because it is a pain in the butt. So anyway, why am I zoomed right in? Oh well, who cares? I'm having a cute day. Anyway, have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye.